can sort it out from that place. If you need help, go get the help. We are not divorced, but we are separated.
Yeah.
So we can come back, but until you get help, that is if you need help. But if it's just you being very foolish as a man, hitting a woman, or a woman hitting a man, because I'm not talking for only women, then that one, no.
But I feel like that when it starts once, it will continue.
Me, if you do like
I
this,
think even when you say
in
go
a relationship,
get help,
it's over like this.
People go and get help, and they're still the same people. I just feel like leave. I'm sorry, because those people, once they hit you once,
it will continue.
It will continue.
You know,
or some type of, it can turn into verbal abuse. There's so many things that it can,
abuse.
And it's not worth it.
There are some ladies who actually feel like, oh, when we fight or when he hits me, that's when he shows me more love because he's apologizing.
Sure by now with all this education,
all of that.
people have realized what a foolish mistake
that
is.
But do you think that people actually hide behind religion just to do such horrible things to people? Because I think there's one gentleman who was on live yesterday. I wasn't able to watch the full video, but I saw a bit of it on other blogs, Nigerian blogs, where he was saying that, okay, so he was in her choir, and there was one time in the studio they were recording, and then her husband asked her to sing in a way she actually felt, okay, if I do it this way, rather, it will sound better. And the man slapped her in the presence of all the choir members there.
I'll slap you too.
No, that one, I'm not going to just sit there and just slap
So
me
there are
out.
people who feel that he was actually exploiting the lady's talent.
Oh, yes,
and he was with her because of the revenue her voice or her talent was bringing. So he was actually using,
she's a big artist.
I don't know if you've heard of the
song. You are the
and aside that, she has other big songs.
Yeah,
but I feel like he knew he could control her 100%.
Yeah, no, but he was apparently he was her manager. And so when you want to book her, you come through him.
Yeah.
When you want to pay,
so the money was going to
yes, and he was giving her just a little. That woman didn't look anything like what she was making. But by that time, at least a little soft life.
She was more like, you know, they say that these people who are of the calling, they don't really look out for the material things. They just take pride and joy in.
But I also feel like he had mentally manipulated her and stripped her of who she was.
Yes.
And she was just there at this point. Like
because
she was just,
you know, all her music is like, she was singing what she was going through.
I feel like she was sad.
Yeah, she was. Also.
She was very sad.
Every time she's singing, she's crying.
Yeah, and
it's
not you think it's worse.
You probably now we understand.
It was
maybe sometimes she's led by the Spirit, but it was all she was going through.
But then
he should be behind bars for life.
So I hear he's actually been arrested though. But then, ladies, why do you think people would actually stay in such offensive or abusive relationships in the name of religion?
It's not always in the name of religion. And I think that there's today when I was scrolling through and I was researching into the story, because for some reason it really put me in a bad place when I heard it. There's this psychologist on Instagram called Thrive GH, and she was saying that look, it's not a get up and just leave kind of situation.
It's difficult.
Before this person does this thing to you, he will make sure that you are by yourself. You have nothing. Your everything is
no
this person.
friends, no family.
And when you are looking at it from that perspective, psychologically, what that does to the victim going through that abuse, it's not a simple decision of just get up and go. So my heart really goes out to her for enjoying all of that, and people who knew about it and kept quiet until she died. We are the ones who have let her down. Her friends, her family who knew that she was going through it, that allowed her to go through it. And we also had a tragic story like that last year where a pastor in the US killed his wife because she left him, stalked her, went to her job and shot her. So it is not it is not a very simple, when the person gets to that point, he's capable of murder. And to protect your life, sometimes you have to be very tactical and strategic and calculating. What we need right now is a campaign for what people can do in these situations to get out alive.
Even safe houses. I don't think there's enough safe houses for these types of situations.
It's a series. I've forgotten the title, but it's a single mother, Alex, who was emotionally abused. And the last straw was when the guy threw a cup and she missed. That's when she took her child and she left. And when she was trying to work her case so she could get full custody of her child, in Washington at the time, which was where the story was set, there wasn't a law that captured emotional abuse and verbal abuse as domestic violence. So it was a difficult case. Eventually, the guy surrendered because in his anger, he was drunk. The guy hadn't slept for a while. He took that thing on his 4-year-old daughter.
Wow.
And that was when he realized that he needed help. He brought the child back to the mother and said, you know what, take this child and go.
Wow.
That's how she was able to. So the laws here, we need to go back and look at it. We need to find some way, somehow, that police can also be able to intervene almost immediately without witnesses and all of these things. And we need to clarify lots of these things, from physical abuse, verbal abuse, all of those things need to be put there. And family members and friends, we need to put a bigger responsibility on ourselves, because people cannot get us alive without our help. Yeah. So my heart really goes out to him. The guy there, he's a monster, he's a demon. Yeah, there's nothing in this world that can be done that would be punishment enough for him. But it's the victims that we need to be concerned about.
So even outside of her situation, right, we hear these stories happen every day. So maybe a rich man or some big man somewhere, the next thing you hear, it is alleged his wife fell off of the stairs, knowing very well that after autopsy, it comes out that, okay, she had fractures, bones here and there, and you could tell that she had
news like that too.
Yes. Aside that, we see it every day. We have friends who go through emotional, psychological, and all of these kind of abuses. But then they are waiting, just like you said, it is difficult to leave. But then at what point, ladies, do you think you need to draw the line and say that, okay, this, I need to use my ration, right? I need to think. It shouldn't be about religion. It shouldn't be about whatever. Because I think there's a part in the Bible that says that it is better for you to enter the kingdom with an arm rather than to hell. So then if this arm is bothering you, if your partner is bothering you, can't you leave? If he is messing with your mental health, can't you leave?
It's not that easy.
It's not, because I personally,
I didn't know about the psychological abuse. But now when I trace it back into some of my relationships, I feel like I was abused. You were there? Yes. But I couldn't go.
Until they sacked you?
Until they dumped me. Sack and put this way.
You never left?
I know, I didn't go. You won't think, at that point, you won't think that the person doesn't want you. You would think that the person wants the best for you. He toys with your mind. Yeah. Your mind is being toyed. Yes. You will never think he's a bad person. Yeah. No. Because he's stylishly coercing you.
There is a way that they're
manipulating.
Love bombing. Yes. Then gaslighting.
So today
love bombing.
Then abuse gaslighting. You the next day tomorrow they're giving you flowers and they're telling you how beautiful you are. And so it's an emotional battle that you're even going through with yourself. Yeah.
Because you don't know who this person is. Yeah. So you never know what this person is capable of until it's too late. I don't think she thought the guy would ever kill her. Yeah. I'm sure she thought, you get angry, you slap me, you get angry, you kick me.
And she's dealt with it for so long, so it's like,
she never thought she would die from it.
So what do you do? At what point do you speak to somebody, report?
Oh, you should be speaking when it's happening, but like you said, it's hard.
Like said, regardless of who you speak to, it's you.
Yes, so with time, it will take a while, but at least start talking.
Yes. But then I know people who they've talked, right? They've gotten advice. They keep going back and forth to the guy. To the point now, they don't even talk. So they're dealing with whatever.
Then they want it.
So, do you get me? So I just feel like it's the person. Like, you can be supportive, you can help the person, you can talk to, but at the end of the day, it's the person.
And really, honestly, at a point where you really have to understand that the resources have been made available. Yeah. DOFSU has been, look, that is one thing that the Ghana police doesn't joke with. DOFSU. So if all of these things have been made available to you, there are family members who are willing to come get you, and you still decide that that's where you are going to be, then what again can society do for you? Yeah. So really, sometimes you really have to value yourself and your life. Do not take it a second time. Yeah. It happens the first time, pick up your bag and go. Yeah.
Do you think abusive people can ever change?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No. They may not abuse you, maybe punching you up, but there's they will abuse you in other ways.
They'll take on to the next one.
Yes. Yes.
And it is not you that will do the refreshers course on.
Right. No.
Yes.
When they do it and you go, stay gone. Yes. Let them start afresh with a new person when they have changed. But you don't go, because there is a certain cycle in the brain. I don't know if it's the same as muscle memory. But when the person does these things to you over a period of time, it becomes something that they are not even conscious about. So if he has done it to you once, pick up your bag and go. If it's changed, don't go back.
No.
Rarely do abusive people change because it's a real brain, it's an
issue.
It's a mental disease.
Yeah.
Abusive people. They're not even aware that this thing that they don't even have empathy.
Yeah.
Something in their brain doesn't process, they can't read the room.
Yeah.
They can't interpret your emotions. They can't tell when you are in pain because of them. So it is a very difficult psychological thing that goes on.
It's crazy.
So when you experience it once, pack up your bag and go.
Report
the nigga and go.
Yeah.
And make sure you still put the Holy Ghost, embarrass him, put the Holy Ghost fear in him, and leave.
Wally, you are a guy. What do you think? Probably there are guys who are abused too. I'm sure that is. It's even difficult for women to come out and say that I'm being abused.
I heard even men are more abused.
Yeah.
So,
there are men who are abused.
Oh, it's true.
They are not talking about it.
The men, there's a lot of men that get.
I mean, men, mental abuse, I believe, but physical abuse.
To get our paper to talk, we are just going to go for a break. When we come back, what paper will speak to that?
Actually, funny. You know when the Will Smith thing happened?
Yeah.
A certain lady, so this guy on YouTube.
Have you ever wanted a fun day out with your family without compromising on the experience? This Easter Monday, families, church groups, corporate brands, music brands, choirs, get ready for the biggest Jolly Jamboree experience as Jeanette Services presents the maiden edition of Family Fest. It's going to be a day of captivating entertainment, music, fashion, games, and food with lots of musical performances by Joe Metal, Celestine Donko, Akese Brimpong, and many more. Date Monday, 18th of April 2022. Venue Enclave Gardens, East Legon, 10 a.m. sharp. Rate 50 cedis for adults and 20 for kids, plus free giveaways. For family packages, ticket reservations, sponsorship, and stands, call 0248 810 396. This event is powered by 33.19, official media partner, MX24 TV.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Welcome back from that very quick break. It's still the dish right here on MX24. And before the break, we were talking about where we draw the line when it comes to relationship or marital abuse, right? And so we were just speaking to Wallpaper before the break. Wallpaper, are you ready?
Ready for?
Do guys, are guys able to come out and talk about the abuse they go through? As you as a man, can you do it?
Me, I won't even talk about it. I'll just run away.
So,
when you start pressuring me, threatening my peace, my mental health, I'll go. Love is sweet too, but Charlie, no pressure me at all.
Stress.
Wow. Okay,
that's
great. So,
yeah,
that's how it is. You just mental health first, Charlie. Right. So, on that thought, we are just moving on to mental health and culture.
Oh, really?
Recently, we've been seeing bipolar people a lot. No disrespect to anybody, but we hear people who come out to say that, oh, they have issues. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm actually very okay.
Don't mind me, please.
Are you sure?
Yes,
yes.
yes.
I said maybe.
Right. So, recently, Ifya Schwarzenegger came out. She took to social media to rant about several things that she's actually had to go through and several things she's been dealing with. Why are you ladies like this?
Nobody has even said anything for you.
People are rolling their eyes at
nobody.
me. I don't like
something
that.
just passed in the air, so be willing. You continue. You tell us the thing.
Right. So then, things that she's gone through, the fact that she's had to endure a whole lot of things, and people don't know how her mental health is at stake, and
let's just end it there.
Can I talk? She actually has been suicidal. That's what she said. She said she got to a point where she's been suicidal for some time, you know, and I think that's quite worrying.
It is.
Because we see a lot of people on social media or a lot of people around us that are going through it, but because we see them as entertainers or we see them as role models and all of that, lively and all, we don't actually pay attention to this part of their life. We don't dig in to see whether they are okay or not, if they need help or if they don't. Ladies.
So
what's the question?
So what's the question?
You guys won't even let me land. Like,
okay,
everybody is
land,
so
land,
ready.
No, we are not land.
Oh.
Land.
How do we differentiate between real mental health
and
situations and attention seeking?
I think that's the problem now. We really can't. It's like, who do we take seriously? Because everyone thinks everything is a joke. When people have heard the seriosity of no, I'm talking about people in general.
Okay.
You know, people know the seriosity of mental health, and instead of us taking it serious, they use it for clout sharing. So we don't even know. I don't know. I don't know.
I also feel like the people who go through it, they don't talk about it.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
So you think people will just come out to say, okay, I've been battling, or I'm suffering from mental health, or I have this disorder,
so I'll
or that
use
disorder,
my own self as an example. Around February.
Clout?
So around February, I was coming here all right. Yeah. No. Okay, yeah, latter part of February is when I started coming here. So before I started coming here, I was really in a dark place. Nobody would believe me. So I don't talk about I rarely say anything about it. I think I came once and Alex said something. I was like, yeah, mentally I was struggling or something like that. And she was like, oh, next time come for a hug, something.
Alex is always sweet.
I was struggling. Okay. I'm not about to tell, I didn't tell anybody until it all became calm. Then now, I was able to tell my cousins, even that's where I started from. I told my cousins, and the next minute, they were running shift in my apartment. So this one comes, stays with me a bit, and I only said, oh, I was struggling mentally, out. But I don't think I ever said to anybody that there was a point where in my room, it was like there was a presence, and the whole place is heavy, and I'm tempted to go to the kitchen,
get a knife,
take something, hurt yourself. People won't believe me because everybody thinks Tasas is very lively and she's bubbly all the time. There's never a dull moment with me.
So did you not come out to say because you felt if you come out to say it, in as much as you be looking for help or soliciting for help, right, it's going to sound as though you're just trying to get some attention.
If I come out to say it, it means I'm telling people that people like me can go through it too. Seeking help, I'll do it quietly.
Right.
If I come out to say, look, I have struggled mentally before, kind of suicidal, etc., etc. It can happen to anybody, even me that you think is lively. I will not come out to seek help online.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I'll find help at the back or just at the side.
Yeah.
My mother will watch this video. She's about to stress me. Like, yeah.
Oh.
It's okay, Mommy. She's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. But she didn't know. But yeah. So for me, if you really go through it, it's really, you can't come out that instant that you're going through it, come and talk about. If you're really going through it, it won't even occur to you to pick a phone and video yourself.
Yeah.
Not to say that maybe those who have the other one is called what? Bipolar. I'm not saying that they can tell us how they, you know, in any way. But for me, honestly, if you are going through it at that moment, your phone is the last resort. You even want it off because you feel like someone can call you and distract.
What you're going through.
Yeah, it's true. I'm telling you, your phone is even off. For me, for 2 days, my phone was awful. My security man was knocking my gate too, my door. Madam, and I'll just say me, then I'll just go back. So, for me, if you are really going through it, telling people or coming out to say it is the last thing on your mind.
After you've gone through
it,
you come
that's
out,
when you probably would.
And there's communities that you can join. Do you get me?
So what if the person is out on social media just so they get to be introduced to these communities?
I'm sorry, let's just not do this. Like, look, mental health is such a passionate conversation for me that when I see that people are just exploiting it to solicit some kind of reaction from people, it just annoys me. If you are really going through a mental health issue, you should be calling a psychologist if you can afford it. And I believe that she can afford it. Pick up the phone, speak to a psychologist. You don't humiliate people on your videos and expect that when you are going through it, the whole world is going to be so sympathetic towards you.
And I also feel it's unfair to expose other people's challenges, because there was also a video, I just saw it before I came, where your auntie was speaking on someone else's battles. Do you get me? Mental health battles. And I feel like that's rude. I feel like it's disrespectful. Regardless of what you're going through with someone, now you're not cool with the person, certain things you just do not speak about. No one has asked you to come and expose someone's business.
It's too sensitive.
Exactly. It's not nice, you know, and don't blame it on... There's nothing you can say that will let me say you're correct. You don't come and sit somewhere and expose someone else's personal and mental health
turn
struggles.
Around and come and ask for the same kind of... It's double
yes,
standards.
Right.
You're manipulating the public, and I think that people should... I mean, I'm going to be honest about this over here. I'm not buying it. If you really feel like you're going through it and you want people to sympathize with you, get a psychologist, get a psychiatrist. If you need to be put on medication, do that. Take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. Get off the internet and focus on you.
Once the internet comes into your mind, called Chede,
but what if that's the only source of...
that is not the only source.
You have money. You have money, go to a psychologist, get a psychiatrist to help you.
The same way we are able to go online to find entertainment, don't you think whoever or whatever situation this person
online
might be
is not
in
the
can
community.
come online?
We are not psychiatrists. Your comments, the people who are commenting and you, who are DMing you, do not have the resources to help you overcome what it is that you're going through. So let's stop putting that responsibility on ourselves to be mental health experts when you come and put those things online. Nobody on the internet is your mental health expert. Those who are advertising their services over there, look them up and go and see them in private. I am not a mental health expert. If you come and cry telling me that you are suicidal and I say, oh, I'm so sorry, that's the best I can do for you. That is not the help you need.
So find help.
So find help.
How do we create a safe space?
We cannot.
There are
the
many
human
safe
beings
spaces.
online cannot create a safe space.
But see, so I asked
this. That's why you go to your psychiatrist, psychologist, and find that safe space
I asked
for
this
you.
Because even after you have battled it and you come out to say, okay, I suffered this and I went for therapy and I'm better and all that, you still have a section of people who would come and attack you. How do we make it a conducive environment?
Get off the internet. If you can't handle it, get off the internet.
So this is a role model, right? You ladies are role models to people. You're celebrities. So then you go through it. I'm just saying, you go through it, you come out, and then you put it out just to encourage people. Like Tata said, it is easy to for someone who is also battling a fan of yours to know that even you, who is always so lively, you've gone through it. So then they can also go through it and come out.
That is a message.
And even that's
what I'm saying. So how can we? I'm saying that how can we create a safe space or a safe haven for people to come out and be able to share this kind of thing?
But I feel like also it depends on your audience. If you're sharing your story, it depends on your audience.
And how
it depends on how you're even articulating what you've been through,
what message are you sending?
How you got help, how the next person should get help. There's a way. People don't realize, on social media in general, a story can come out, A can have the same story as B, but it all depends on how the story was told that you get the reaction that you get.
Yeah.
So it's the person.
And also, there's also a certain consistency. There's a certain context with the way Madame has behaved, which has already marked people's impression.
Yes.
And when you come and you tell the story from a victim signaling point of view, you've completely shifted the conversation and you've made it, okay, I'm going through this, so if I misbehave, it's fine. It's not okay. If you're not well, get off the internet, get a psychiatrist, get a psychologist, get the help that you need. Your online community is going to be a reflection of what the rest of the world thinks of you. You are not in the right frame of mind to handle that kind of feedback. So don't go online, because you can't censor me for having an opinion about your behavior. So do not come to me expecting me to think that, oh, because you're going through something, I'll be mild in my criticism of your bad behavior. So if you know that this thing is, this bad behavior is influenced by your mental state, please get the help that you need and get off the internet. That's not where you should be.
Great. Great. So how do you personally react towards side display, aside what you are exhibiting here? Like when you see on social media, how do you
well, I just scroll. Like I just keep it moving.
You don't even want to hear the message.
No. What's the message? Because the message starts with you know, it starts with like, you already see that it's going to be something that you just don't want to deal with.
Just messes with
life
your vibration.
And life is too stressful to be stressed about other stresses of unnecessary stress.
Wow.
The online community. I mean, and people should just be grateful. Like, that is another way to combat some of these sad thoughts and says, be grateful for how far you've come. Where you were 10 years ago and where you are right now. You have a nice car, you have children who love you. Be grateful for those things. And you have fans that support you, whether you're good or bad. Be grateful for those things and even accept those of us who give you painful feedback, because we also want what's best for you. And just take your stuff off the internet. That's it. And grant us
okay, so I'll do some messages and we move on to our next discussion. Good evening, guys. Marcus here. I would like to say Alexandra is looking classy and stunning. Shiraz with a lot of kissy emojis. Interesting topic indeed, but relating with the scripture says about cutting a hand or a part disturbing you getting into the kingdom. Did not encourage divorce. But I would rather look at this issue from the angle of getting into marriage as a very state where you should do all you can to at least have an affair, home. Your messages is not clear.
It's not
so
delivering.
Please, if you can actually come again, then it makes I can read it better for you. Okay, this one says Nanajwa always on point. I always tune to the show just to see and hear you speak. Your crush, Kali Nanajwa. Ajwa Seiwa. You see, so the Ghana man actually, the name stuck with them. Sweetie, I think I'm struggling mentally right now because I always watch the show and I know everyone by name, especially Nanajwa. And today, that same person is Ayubi. Are you guys chameleons? that's how you're struggling mentally. Okay, so let me make it better for you. Let me say, during the month of March, we decided to use counted this before. I always say this. It depends on the kind of abuse, but I wouldn't say it's a good thing. No one deserves that, but one thing is certain: if he is willing to change, we are now married and it has never happened again. Some people do that due to what they saw when growing up and do not want to be that person, so they seek for help, right? I think
if they don't want to be that person, they would seek for help from way before they even do it.
So she's saying that she experienced it whilst they were going out, but he promised to change, and ever since they got married, it hasn't happened before. So that's great news. And she continues to say that so these celebrities come on social media, up in everyone's business, screaming here and there, annoying almost everyone, and you expect us to be Jesus and know about it. We talk about what they put out there. If you're suffering mentally, then act accordingly. Hey, how do people who suffer mentally act?
Get on the internet.
Relationship is an expensive investment. Ladies, you have your say anytime. Men are meant to protect you from others. And unfavorable conditions, etc. If they turn out to be rude and abusive, forgetting how they begged you for your love, take a decision. After 1 or 2 forgiveness, make your stand. Your life is much more important to us than him. Shepilom. Hey, what's her name? I like it. I'll do 2 more messages. Oh, when I heard the sad news about the gospel musician, I was downhearted. May her gentle soul rest in the bosom of the Almighty Father. Amen.
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 Amen. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Pee-wee, inside Takwa. 1, before you be abused and leave, please just think of what you've done to your partner, and also ask yourself that if it is to be you, what will be your response?
He's the type that I need to.
Are you trying to say that if a person offends you,
he's
the best thing
victim
to do is to attack the person or abuse the person? That's
even
wrong.
if you've done somebody wrong,
if
they don't forgive you, it's your back case. You
He says,
what's his 2?
2, he says sharing mental health issues on social media, it's somehow very good because some comments make sense, which helps individuals in solving problems and also gives advice to the upcoming ones.
Anyway, what's our
upcoming ones? Okay. Hello, I'm Wolo J from Monrovia. You ladies are speaking facts, and I believe many are being educated through these topics. And much love from Monrovia. Thank you very much. Last comment. Marriage abuse is very bad, but then we all should try and know the balance so that we can move out when you see your partner is aggressive. Seth from Takoradi. Great. So I'll come back and do some more messages, but for now, we are moving on to some good stuff.
For the last minute.
Right. So we all love love, right? We are all crazy romantics, I believe, except Wallpaper. But he's always playing people's weddings and parties and engagements, but he himself, he didn't nash. So I asked myself, when you see all this love, how do you feel?
You think I'm gnashing?
You are.
You think he is?
He is.
Hey,
he shouldn't
really?
sit on TV and make noise, unless of course the La Paz.
It's definitely
La Paz is Gabby's territory, not mine.
Monday at the tension.
Okay, ladies. So of course we all know that there's so much love in the air. We've been seeing a lot of weddings happening.
Oh yes.
We've been seeing
It's
a lot of
unexpected weddings.
Unexpected.
Wedding
right?
season.
And they are peppering us. They are entering our eyes, but when am I know, like we know, but of course. So recently. And I loved Fuse's wedding. You see, we knew about it on the day. It was so beautiful.
That's what I like.
It was
the
so
low key,
beautiful.
When you see your heart is just so full, you're like, this
I didn't know. Maybe you knew about it.
Oh, I didn't know.
But I didn't know.
Yes,
It
it was
so
a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Like it was so beautiful.
I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I really love this for him.
Yeah.
His friends and family are very discreet.
One fan.
Mr. Easy and Temi
Yeah.
are about to
That
get
Someone said he should take her last name.
No, she should just put a hyphen
She
there.
should hyphen,
and then,
definitely.
Yeah, and then put Tosin's surname
Yeah.
there. They're good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
So Rita Dominic and her fiancé are
Yeah,
also
Rita Dominic.
engaged. So happy. So over the weekend, all these great news came up. We saw these beautiful things, and of course, we saw it on social media. And I'm sure that those that we needed to get emotional about, we did. Yes, I was so emotional about it. The way they were all pulling
Don't
up for
settle,
her.
ladies. It will come when it comes, and
she
it will
was.
be beautiful.
You can see how happy she is about the whole thing. That's what we are looking at. And we're praying for it. Charlie? So, we know Jones Bond is still trending. Thanksgiving dinner and all. Thanksgiving dinner and all. And so it looks as though people have
sharing fatigue.
It looks as though people actually feel there's a type of way newlyweds need to act in public.
Is there?
Or they have to, there's some sort of way they have to be all over each other, lovey-dovey here and there at all times. And I'm like, we knew ourselves before we got married. So on the day of the marriage, it could be a beautiful, that's a great day for us. So we can be all lovey and all of that. But aside that, what else do you want to see? Anyway. People expect a lot of PDA, public display of affection, and other people also feel like it's too much. all of these things. People, we are different people. We have diverse opinions and all of that. But ladies, do you think that there's a certain dynamic that you look out in newly couples? Is there anything specific you want to see in them?
Better.
I think allow them to be them. Why we keep putting pressure on people?
Okay, so the less the better. Allow them to be them.
I feel like we keep putting pressure on people, and then it makes them even unnatural. Do you understand? Because
Vanessa, let me just hold you. Let me just stop you right there.
Yes.
If it was like Mr. Easy and his wife, like there's nobody who have any expectation because there was nothing to expect. It was just boom. We got what they gave us.
That was the proposal you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about Easy. I'm talking about Fuse.
Fuse then.
Fuse.
Okay.
Sorry. It was just giving and we took it. I don't know.
But even that people had a lot to say. People,
I would
the
be
comments
surprised
were.
Because there's really nothing to say.
There was
He's
a lot of
married
comments.
and that's
you
that.
get?
But when you do like a whole like 2-week celebration, then we need to do Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Now we're looking for drama. You know, so I feel like sometimes you also need to take a bit of that responsibility and see, am I allowing all these cameras into this space? Am I ready for the kind of scrutiny that's going to come? Because you know your relationship, but the world doesn't. And people need to understand that opinions have a way of shifting things in your relationship dynamic, and you need to be aware of it. I have come to realize, I hope it's not too late for me, that the more discreet you are about your private relationships, your spouse, your family, the people that matter to you, the better you are in this life. Because all this commentary, all this scrutiny, all these lenses and eyeballs in your personal life, you don't need. There are so many things that people are fishing for just because it is in. You don't need it. You're a new couple. You want to people online are not your friends. Not everybody online is wishing what is best for you. Sometimes protect and guard your union by being very private and discreet about your relationships.
I think you agree.
I'm telling you that me,
she'll come here the
people
next day.
will wake up one morning and this chick is married.
But I feel like there's, besides the one that we just saw, the 5-day, shenanigans,
2 weeks.
there's a lot of low-key where we're finding out the same day. Today there's an amazing wedding that's happening. No one knew. And her wedding, I was just looking on social media and the snaps. I'm like, damn, look at all these people there. There's lots of people who were invited. No one, not a single soul. And it's also dependent on the people who are in your circle or who know you and know what you want. Do you understand? Because I don't know. I was saying more, but I forgot. But I feel like I want private. If you find out the same day, that's fine. But it's not something where days ahead you're gonna be knowing, hey, Vanessa Janice, here's the invite. I don't want any of that, because first of all, if you show up, you're getting bounced, regardless. If you don't have it's invite only. And I just feel like it is important to protect your relationship, protect your marriage. We've spoken about this before. Protect your peace. Because
If you're into content production,
with my relationships, never.
Yeah.
Right now, my male friends and female, some of them are like, you confuse us. 1 minute you are single, the next minute you are not. I said, be in the middle until I'm ready to tell you.
Right.
Low key is like there.
Yeah.
It's like you are chilling without anybody knowing.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I'm like,
yeah.
And if you go to comment, everything.
Live bloggers.
There was a lot. I was like, hey, they're Jones Bond. You really came. They really came.
But you know what? She seems so shy. Like, this is so unexpected. It's a lot for her. Yeah, I feel like she's more reserved.
But she's
Not necessarily. They just do it because they are doing it.
I feel like it's a trend, and I don't understand where this thing came from.
So we have.
Do I have to?
No, you don't.
About a minute to go.
No,
and
I don't think so.
Talking about trends and all of that, right? Do we think that in this 21st century, marriage is actually dead, or is just for social media? Is a social
I feel like
media
it depends on the people. There are those that just want it for the publicity. They like to be spoken about. And there's those that actually are in love. Okay. That actually want to be married, that actually want to grow with someone. Yeah. But then there's also people that they love the exposure, but they also love their partner.
So they have to be in there somewhere.
Yeah. So we should just worry about our own weddings when it comes.
My own is just, I would be as private as possible, as possible, because Ghana, not everybody wishes you well.
Oh, even the people that you invite, most of them won't wish you well.
And sometimes it takes a toll on the relationship. You don't need that.
You don't need that. I'll just shout out to my cousin and her husband. I learned that from them.
That what?
Yeah, they are living their lives very quietly.
Yeah.
They are happy. They are happy. Me, I'm always in their house on Sundays. So I mean, they're married. They are happy. I like it for them.
So, of course, we've spoken at length on all the various issues we had today, and if you missed any part of it, you can go on to YouTube and then you can have the full video there. But this is all time is going to allow us, and so we're going to see you same time tomorrow, bringing you great conversations as usual. My name is Oferiwa. See you tomorrow.